John begins to write this letter, Brother Marsh, and he says that Jesus left Judea. Not number one, because he didn't want them to think he was in competition with John, but he left because there was a greater need ahead. I wish I had somebody to walk with me just for a few minutes here. The reason why sometimes Jesus leaves a place and comes to another place, because there's a greater need. The text says that Jesus left Judea and he departed again unto Galilee, because he knew that there was a mission that God had called him for. And Brother Mylon, the Bible said that Jews and Samaritans had no dealings together. Have I got a witness? Fact about it, one commentator said the Jews had such a hatred for the Samaritans that they were hoping that God didn't raise them up in the resurrection. Now you know that's some audacity, that when you and I will have the audacity to tell God not to raise so and so up in the resurrection. Have I got a witness? If we do that, God would tell us, like he told Peter when he asked Jesus what John gonna be doing. He said, Peter, that's not your business, but John stays here and you go. That is up to me. Jesus, he goes, he leaves Judea and he goes to Samaria. Because there's two ways that a Samaritan, when they had to go to Galilee, there was two routes that they could go to in order to avoid going through Samaria. They could either go to Galilee or they could either go to Peru. And Jesus said, I must need go through Samaria. Have I got a witness? Jesus said, I'm well aware that Jews don't have any dealings with the Samaritan, but he said, I must need go through Samaria. Have I got a witness? And can I tell you, that's a lesson for us today, that sometimes the devil wants to tell Jesus or wants to tell God, there's no need to go down to that house, there's no need to go down to this house, but Jesus still marks those words today, I must needs go through Samaria. Jesus goes through Samaria. He said, I know the ridicule I'm going to receive. He said, but I must needs go through Samaria. Verse 5 said that he comes to a city of Samaria which is called Sychar, near the parcel of the ground that Jacob gave his son Joseph. Now Jacob's well was there. And what I love about it, Jesus was tired and hungry. Are y'all walking with me here? He was physically tired and he was physically hungry. Some commentators try to say that Jesus is God. Yes, he is God. Amen. But now he's walking as the Son of Man. And he's weary and he is tired. But can I tell you, he's got a plan and he's got a purpose. Have I got a witness here? He's weary and he's tired. And Brother Kurt, he sits down on Jacob's way. Can I tell somebody, he's got the right to sit on Jacob's way? Are you praying with me here? He's got the right to sit there because he's the one that created the well. He's the one that put the water in the well. So he had a right to sit down at Jacob's way. Have I got a witness? What I love about it, God builds this place. He builds this picture because now Jesus said in verse 4, I must need go through Samaria, Sister William, but God is setting up the picture. Yes, sir. Have I got a witness? He knows that if I don't go through Samaria, there's a woman that comes there every day. He knows that if I don't come to Samaria, that this woman will stay in the sin that she's in. He said, if I don't go through Samaria, I know this woman who comes with a heavy heart every day to the well, her head won't be uplifted. So he said, I must need go through Samaria. First thing I want you to see, that when he comes to Samaria, he came with a purpose. Have I got a witness? And that's the reason why all of you, myself, are here today, because God has a purpose. Have I got a witness? He has a purpose for our lives. You know, I said at one occasion, God is not through with us yet, because God has a purpose for our life. And then not only does he have a purpose, but God has a plan. Y'all don't mind if I go on and preach this? Have I got a witness? His purpose I must need go. Are you praying with me here? His plan was, I must sit at the well because the soul is thirsty. Are you walking with me here? He cares about places. He went where no other person would go. Are you praying with me here? You know that's the good news, Sister Heard, that Jesus will go places that others won't go. Are you praying with me? We're really honest with ourselves. Jesus stopped by our house this morning. Have I got a witness? Some of us, when we knew he stopped by our house, before we knew anything, we were giving God praise. Have I got a witness here? I heard Sister Hicks, Sister Heard say this morning, I thank God for one more day. I'm so glad that God had a purpose and he had a plan. He cares about places. And then the second thing, he not only cares about places, but he cares about people. Are you praying with me? His disciples, when they came to Samaria with him, they left his side and went in the city to buy some food. Have I got a witness? They turned to the master and said, do you want us to bring you anything back? But even though John doesn't say it, Jesus said, my meat is to do the will of the Father. Have I got a witness? He's got a purpose and he has a plan. The Bible said he sat there on Jacob's well. And here this woman came at the 6th hour. Are you praying with me here? As she came at the 6th hour, Jesus sat at the well. Now the 6th hour means one short of glory. It means one short of grace. Have I got a witness? At the 6th hour, she came to the well. Now can I tell you something? The 6th hour means 12 o'clock noon. Are you praying with me? She came when no other women were there. She came when nobody else would see her. Have I got a witness? Reverend Taylor, she came with a water pot. But her water pot was just a camouflage. Are you praying with me? Because every time she draw from the well, she drink from the well. But she kept on thirsting. Have I got a witness? But I'm so glad, we got the well with living water. Are you praying with me? We got a well sitting on top of a well. Have I got a witness? She didn't understand when she first met him. Have I got a witness? I imagine she said to herself, I thought I'd come here and be by myself. But here's a man sitting on the well. She didn't understand who he was. Have I got a witness? She had knew many men. Are you praying with me? She had 5 husbands. Are you praying with me? She did the best she could do as a wife. Have I got a witness here? She seen Jesus sitting on the well. I told you first of all, he had a purpose, and then he had a plan. And Sister Mars, when he sit on the well, he said something. He told the woman, give me a drink. Have I got a witness? And I imagine in my mind, she first said, here's a man that's always wanting something. Have I got a witness? You know how women are. Sometimes I don't mean no harm. Have I got a witness? Here's this man. I wonder what he wants. I'm not doing him no favors. Have I got a witness? But she didn't understand who was sitting on the well. Are you praying with me? He wasn't just another man, but he was there to give her hope. Are you praying with me? I'm glad